Guys, hope you're doing very well. In this video we are going to create an application which is having the React node, and as well as we are going to consume the Axios for accessing our node API. So we are going to create one basic API and seeing how it is going to be connected with our front-end application. So for that, before going to it, following are the list of commands which we are going to use. First one for the creating the React app. Second one is for the node package initialization. Third one is for the Express and Node-Mon libraries to install into our application. Fourth one is for installing the Axios for our front end, that is React. And fifth one is for installing the course, that's a course cross origination policies. Before that, just a quick overview on the Axios and Fetch. So Axios is a standalone library which you can install it for your front-end application to access the API. So the benefit of these one Axios is the easy installation and provide lots of boilerplate code. Boilerplate code means you can define the method, define the data, define the URL, so you have the proper syntax with the help of the Axios. For example, in the post method, you can see you define the Axios, and inside the curly brackets you are providing all the information. While in the fetch, it's very common, it's a modern browser, and no installation required because it's an inbuilt one, and you can use it with any of the JavaScript framework. And the syntax is as well like a fetch and then provide the URL. It's like the promises which we use in the JavaScript. Folder, so I've created one folder like the React plus Node.js over here. Let me create two different folder. One will be for the React app, another will be for the Node.js, and let me open it into the Visual Studio as well. So open your Visual Studio, open those folders. I think I will open this one. Let's start. Cool, so let's go one by one. First we will create a node server and one simple API. That API we are going to consume into our React application. So what we need for the Node.js to create a server. So let's start. First let's go into the folder, cd Node.js. I'm in the Node.js folder now, and initialize this with the package.json file, and I'm doing npm init-y for yes everything. Now it will initialize the package.json with the basic settings in it. Basic settings I mean is like the name, version, description, main, index.js. Either you can say index.js or another one which is very common, you can say server.js file. So server.js, then you can create this file into your folder, because from here you are going to create a server. Cool. So one thing is this, another one is I will need npm -i means install Express and Node-Mon. Express to create the server and Node-Mon for automatic updating whenever I'm making any changes. -d. Alright, next thing is you have to install the Express as well as the NodeMon. So I have installed it, npm install Express and npm install NodeMon. So you'll see if you go to the package.json where you will see the dependencies of Express on the NodeMon. That's all the dependencies which we required to create a server. Now the next step is to go into your server.js file, and here you have to import the Express. So create an instance of the Express server. So you need to require it. It's like an import statement, but it's a new syntax in the JavaScript now, where you will get the package Express. Now this Express, you have to initiate that instance of the Express into the app, and this app will have access to all of the Express functions now, all of the functions from that library. app, app.use. Alright guys, now we have to define our routes. So with the app instance of the Express, you can create your routes, and I'm giving like list of friends. I'm giving a route name as a list of friends, and it will take request, response, use the arrow function, and then return the response, format it into the JSON. So either you can return actually at anything. For example, you can return the object with an array or um, object array, but currently for a simplicity, I'm returning an array over here, like man, tan, and when. So it's gonna return the list of friends that I have. Cool. Now you have to listen. Sorry, you have to listen this on some port. So app.listen it on 5000 server, and listen takes two functions. So if you want to see is it working or not, it's listening or not, you just type the console.log, and my application is on port 5001, so it's gonna print when you hit it from the browser. So that's all for the server, to start a server. Now this is the basic configuration for the server which you made. So just a quick recap: you install the Express.js, you create an instance of it, then with the help of that Express.js you create another instance of that into the constant, and with the app you are using all of those functions of the Express.js, and you are listening that to your port. So now the time is to start our node server. So you have already written the script into the package.json. If you see, oh sorry, you have not written it, wait. So here add the start script, and it will be node server, and then one is dev, where you have let's see, sorry, nodemon server. Cool. Save it, and npm start, npm run dev. So it will start your node1 server. So now you can see the application is started on the port 5001. If you go on a browser and hit it with the local
host 4001. Oh, sorry, you'll have to give the path name as well, and when you hit it,
Alright, so for these codes which I was talking about, so I have installed the codes as well as the Axios library into your application that I will show you how to install that one. So you just have to go into your terminal and type npm install codes. The package will be added, and the codes, what you have to do is get the codes into one variable, or you can say it's const as well, const codes and require codes, and then you just have to set the codes into your express into your express library. So once you instantiate your express, so there is a method dot use and pass it the codes to the application, so then you won't have any issue with your communication between the front end as well as with the backend API. The error I will show you, I have removed it right now, but I'm thinking to create another video which will contain all of the different errors which I was facing it, and for the beginners as well, that maybe that is actually very helpful. Cool. So this is the server configuration which we saw, and if you go to the app.js, I have written it here for the Axios, how we are going to fetch the API which we have created in the node. So for the Axios, you have to install the Axios library. So if I open my terminal, so I have installed it, the Axios library. Don't worry about these 6 high severity vulnerabilities. That is the problem with the API's installation, but it is not going to affect into your application. And then you need to import the Axios, and then the Axios you have to call it into your use effect. So axios.get the URL of this application. I have given it directly right now, the server details and the list of friends, which is the API name. Either you can define these one into the different file and get it from there, and then handling the responses. So I'm setting the data which is coming, response.data, which is going to set into our use state, that's a data state, and then I'm checking it, is it null or not, and then I'm printing it on the screen. You hit it, refresh your application, you see the list of friends is calling and you are getting the response as well. So it is hitting to this URL, you get the 200 OK, and in preview you get the um, data from the API which we have written into the node. So that's it, my friend. So just in general overview, we have created a React plus Node plus Axios for fetching the data from the Node API. That's all the video right now. If you like it, go ahead and watch it. If you learn something, please like it, and I will come up again with the error scenarios which is going to be helpful to the other peoples as well, to the beginners especially. Cool, thank you guys.